Hello, and welcome to part 5 of the build diary. I've been waiting a few days for sunshine and dry weather, and we have what might best be termed a limited window of time, because I'm off to the Hooverville convention tomorrow, so hopefully something can be achieved with about 4 or 5 hours worth of today and this pleasant weather. Behind me is a rather large sheet of plywood, and well, in front of me, it's a bit hard to move the camera, but there it is, the base so far. So what we have to do next is lay that plywood across this base and measure it into 2 halves. And then once we've measured it, we've got to cut it circular saw styley into those 2 halves and attach it. And there's a third part of this process, and I don't even know if we'll have time for part 2 today, or certainly not all of it, but the third part of this process is around the edges of the finished base. We need to cut a 45-degree angle to give the characteristic step into the box. So there we go. So I've got to yank this large piece of wood into position. Well, I've reconsulted my instructions, and in fact this is the way around I had to do it. Put the plywood beneath the base, and then it's all ready for marking out. And now you might say the fun part, because having marked it, we're going to have to get this piece of wood held down solidly with a combination of the workmate and a vise, and then I'll ask my dad for help, because we'll be employing Mr. Circular Saw. Well, I've turned things around and lined it up to do the shorter of the 2 cuts, so this is now fixed in position over there onto the workmate with this vise, and seems fairly steady. And the idea is to cut to the right from the cutting direction of the vise. But as I say, I'm going to get my dad's help with this.
Is that this bit of wood's in there, twisted or something?
Well, I couldn't get it to go in any other way.
It's a different dimension.
Oh. Well, as you can see, we're now re-measuring things and trying to cut it to the correct size. Well, what we've rigged up so far is this, with the workmate supporting it on the left-hand side, and an old kitchen table we've had for a long time supporting it on the right-hand side, and going to get on top of the wood and cut this particular bit manually, which is going to have to be done in 2 halves.
up to the line with the bit that you're going to cut the other way. And the other way is going to be even more difficult.
Well, this is where we're calling it a day for today. That's 2/3 of the actual floorboard complete. Just taken most of an afternoon, what was sawing it by hand. I'll next have time to work on it weekend of the 6th to 7th of September, so hopefully we'll be able to finish the floorboards then.